Hello, hello, hello. It's Kathy Vidal, mystampandspot.com. Coming back. Today's Stamper Appreciation Day. I'm drinking lots of caffeine today. I'm going to hold on just a couple minutes for people to pop on. While I'm waiting for people, I'm going to just remind you to scroll at the page. Actually, I pinned at the top of the page the bingo post. So you want to make sure you take a look at that and pick your 5 bingo numbers. That has to be done by 11:30. We will play at noontime. And scroll down the page looking for the different questions. I've posted 6 so far. There's a picture of like all the prizes you can win, and I will choose one person to receive a free gift with every question. So I'm going to choose them at random. I'll just pull names out of a hat. Okay, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. I'm so grateful for all of you. You have no idea. I never imagined when I signed up 12 years ago that this is where I would be. Shirley, hello. Thanks for being here. I never imagined this is where I would be 12 years ago. I really was doing it to do something with my teenage daughters. I had 2 teenage girls at the time, and you know how it is. You want to stay connected to your teenage girls, and so I was looking for ways to just do something with them. We went to a class, we bought lots and lots of product, and here in the Northeast, we had a tremendous ice storm. It knocked our power out for 11 days. 11 days with no power means no heat, no hot water, obviously no electricity. It also means no bathrooms here. We're on septic. So it was a long 11 days. And we went to the class in September, and the girls each picked out stuff that they wanted. We were going to make cards for Christmas, and they were going to make gifts like little boxes and whatnot for their friends. And we picked up the bag, and we brought it home, and we stuck it on the dining room chair. And there it sat until the first week of December. And then when the power went out, about day 2, everybody was really bored. So we pulled that bag out, and we would sit at that dining room table. Betty, how are you? We would sit at that dining room table until, I'm sorry, I'm reading a comment here. Karen, you have a question 5 written and question 6 on same post, but no question 5 is listed. Karen, I will go back and look at that. Question 5 was supposed to be about the alphabet. If you purchase the alphabet stamp set, I will go back and take a look at that after this. Thank you, Karen, for pointing that out. I may have made a mistake. I am not going to lie. I'm copy and pasting a lot for these posts. Foggy Florida, Penny. I bet it's warm now. So anyway, that bag sat in the dining room until we had the ice storm and everybody was bored. And we would stay up till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning sitting at that dining room table, the 3 of us just laughing and talking. And my husband would say, "What the heck are you girls like laughing about?" I don't know. It was just a great way to stay connected to my teenage daughters. So then I signed up for the discount. That's how we got here 12 years later. My girls went off to college. I got bored. And I needed... No, I get that, Karen, honestly. No, I know you're not being critical. Actually, it helps everybody, not just me. So I definitely will go back and look at that. So, yeah, I got bored and decided, let's see what we could do with it. And here I am. So that's why I'm so grateful to you all. All the likes, the comments, the shares, the purchases, joining clubs, buying classes, all of it. It's awesome, and I'm so grateful. I get to do what I love. I get to play all day, every day. So thank you. Okay, this is card 1. This is very simple. I love DSP, especially for my to-go classes, because, it's easy. You don't have to have the stamp set. You can use any greeting. But before we create it, if you haven't seen the Rain or Shine Suite, It is absolutely adorable. There are so many great samples. I, in particular, love this little guy. I think he is so cute. My local club members are, thank you, Angela. My local club members are, ooh, quilter, yes. Pat, I used to be a quilter years ago. It's a lot more work than stamping. Let's see. I'm reading comments. I apologize. You already, well, see that, Jennifer? You're ahead of the game. So my local girls are going to use this guy in club this month because I just think he's really cute. And I don't know. Penny says she loves this sentiment here. Let me show you the stamp set. Don't play too hard today. Don't play too hard today. That's funny, Penny. Anyway, it says, rainy days are better with you and oh, happy day. Very cute. It's all very cute. So let's get on with this. So I am just going to show you. It comes with this great raindrop embossing folder. It's very cute. The dies, they can all hold umbrellas and kites. And there's lots of things in the dies that are not in the actual image. Like this cute little bridge, grass, clouds. We all love clouds. The tree stump. Look, you can die cut little bow ties. There are all kinds of things. Let's see. Yeah, Karen, I've heard a lot of people talk about how this is their favorite suite in the whole catalog. Here they use the bridge. How cute is that? And then they use the grass and the little tree stump. Obviously the clouds. I mean, it's just so cute. So I was wondering what these were when I was just pointing out the dies. They're butterflies. Aren't those cute? Wish I had paid better attention because you might have got a butterfly in your kit today to go along with your turtle. But anyway, I digress. The paper is phenomenal. Like the last paper I was showing you earlier, one side has a shiny side to it, and the other side is muted. So I have really demolished my paper. I also have it sorted by type. I have really demolished my paper. So these umbrellas would be great for a shower. I mean, they don't just have to apply to the suite. You could use them for, a wedding shower, a baby shower, all kinds of things. So this is my mess. I showed one day how you could take this. If you're a scrapbooker, that's a great piece of DSP. However, if you don't know what to do with this piece of DSP, I showed on a video one day last week. Cut 4 inches off the bottom, across the bottom, and you get, oh no, that's not the bottom. Cut 4 inches across the bottom, so that 4 by 5 1/4 could be a card front. The next 4 inches could be this card front, 4 by 5 1/4. Obviously this isn't cut big enough. And then this would be the third 4 inches. So you could have 3 great, really different cards. And I did not hand trim. I'm not like Jennifer. I didn't get ahead of the game. But look, you could put your little creatures kind of wandering through the flowers in this card base. Isn't that really cute? So, I don't know. This is my favorite piece. And then we have the great yellow check. And we have, I've used so much of this, there isn't a lot left. This is all raindrops. It looks like storm clouds. I don't know if it's catching it. There we go. It's raindrops and storm clouds with the basic pink on the back. And the piece that has all the little critters that I pointed out to you in the catalog. Oh, here's half a sheet of it. I was going to say, we've cut them all to smithereens. Look at me. It's a you-know-what show over here right now. This piece here is what I have been cutting for clubs and for the packets today. Aren't they cute? So there we go. So there's the DSP. I'm going to put that aside. And let's start. So I brought over some blends because I thought, even though it's all punched out for me and ready to go, we're going to first step by folding our card base. In honor of Stampers Appreciation Day, I brought out a bone folder. If you watch me regularly, you know they don't always come out. And I'm bringing over a piece of scrap paper, wink wink. For those of you that watch me regularly, you know I don't often use scrap paper. So you have this beautiful ribbon. This is in the annual catalog. This is the DSP from the, it's free during celebration. Do I have the big pack? It is, I know I've shown it over and over again, so I won't bore you with it, but if you spend $100, you get this great big pack of pastel DSPs. They are fabulous. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Connie. So, first thing we're going to do is just tie the ribbon around the card base. So this is 5.5 by 8.5. If you remember, did you all see my my cutting tool tips today? I posted that. If you have the Stampin' Cutter, a bunch of tips. If you score once, and of course I don't have a scoring tool. Well, that's okay. I'm going to use a bone folder right through here. Score once, turn it, cut once, and you get 2 card bases. Sometimes I have 3 cutters. One of my cutter, oh, I did have a scoring tool on here. One of my cutters, this always pops off. Okay, so, Christina, hello. Okay, so, if you have the 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4, we are going to take this ribbon and just tie a square knot. Not going to do a bow today. We're going to keep it simple, and I'm going to keep it a little lower than halfway of the card. Like this. So a square knot. Take your left side, put it over your right side, and pull it through. Put your finger there. Then take the right side and put it, and if you want your knot to be nice and flat, don't try to twist it this way. Fold it over like this. And then take the right side, put it over the left side, and pull that through. And then my biggest tip is always pull the tails in the direction you want them to go. That helps them to stay in that direction. And then, like my mother said, you always have to cut your ribbon on the angle. Keep it pretty. Okay. Forgot to fill my tape runner. I'm hoping that there's enough tape runner here. Boy, I gotta tell you, it took me a long time to fall in love with this tape runner, but now I really do. Really, Karen? Now, you are a very long time stamper. I am surprised to hear that. Well, thank you. I'm glad that was useful. So I tend to line it up on the longest side and then look to make sure that the top and bottom are even. That's how I find it easiest to get a nice straight line. Okay, we are going to stamp the greeting on our little punch. This is the wrong punch. This is the decorative circle punch. This is the Label Me Lovely punch. So if you could use any shape though. You certainly could use the decorative circle. That's not what belongs in this bucket, but that's okay. So I'm choosing Oh Happy Day. Oh my goodness, I didn't grab a block. Sorry, I forgot to grab blocks. Thought I had my desk all set. All right. Now, I am going to stamp this on scrap paper just to make sure I get it straight, because these funny shaped ones, they make it really hard to get it even. So when I set the stamp on the block, I try to get the word parallel to the top of my block. Go grab a block now, Jennifer. That's pretty straight. So I am just going to compensate by pitching just a little bit to the right. And we're going to hope. Hope for the best, as I like to say. There we go. Not too bad. That's the good thing about circles. If you are not great at stamping straight, I recommend die cutting circles or punching circles. Because then it doesn't matter. You turn your circle. If I have a particularly difficult stamp, that's what I will do. Okay. Now, I'm going to put this here. Now, I am going to fussy cut these little flowers. These were prolific on the piece of DSP. I have enough of these little flowers to do every card I ever make, I think. So, I figured this would be really cute on the inside. And it's fussy cutting, so I'm not being super careful. My one tip with fussy cutting is when you are cutting circles, pay attention not to cut a point where there's a rounded edge. Because if you round the edge where the printed is rounded, it just looks much more finished. Stamparatus, yes. Connie, why do I never, hey Marsha, why do I never think to pull out my Stamparatus? It should just be on the corner. Yes, Mary, they are very forgiving. My Stamparatus should just always be on the corner of my desk. Always. What a good son. Okay. Now, I'm not going to fussy cut this. I am going to stamp my image. I can find him here. I'm going to stamp it. In fact, I haven't even used him yet. And the reason why I am going to stamp it is so that we can blend it. I'll use the blends a little, show you a little bit about the blends. So I chose the colors that are in the colors that are in the DSP, which is Old Olive and Mango Melody. So that's what I have. You can be, I'm going to sit down, so if you're commenting, you know what, you're smart. You are smart to always have it. It's the best DSP. It is the best DSP. So if you're commenting, hey Shirley, thanks for being here. I'm going to sit down, so I'm not going to see comments for a couple minutes. So the DSP has the Mango Melody on the belly and the spots. However, if you look at the catalog, we have a very green, you see in the picture, there we go. We have a very green turtle. So I don't know which I'm going to do, but I'm going to start with my light blend. And now I like to use the more durable tip more often than the paintbrush tip. If you're not, oh look, this one has it. If you're not real careful, your paintbrush tips will kind of separate. You have to have a very, mine get used by a lot of stampers, and not everybody uses the same pressure. If you use too much pressure, then sadly, they break down and separate. So I'm just going to come in with the light tip and do his head. One good thing about the Stampin' Blends is they don't show the lines like when you color with Stampin' Rights. You know how like when you're in kindergarten and you were coloring a picture or something and you'd get the big lines that went back and forth. I am going to come in, I'm going to do his body green as opposed to the Mango Melody. I haven't decided about the shell yet. So really, the whole thing, I'm going to just do him all in the light Old Olive, and then I'll go back and add dark Old Olive to highlight. So I'm going to scribble like a little kid here. Just go around the outside to try to prevent going out of the lines. Now, even with just the light blend, you can still really highlight. So, for instance, I don't want super dark around the back of his head, but I want to show a shadow. So I am going to kind of come in with the light color and still add a shadow. And I'm also going to do it under his arm and across his belly. Now, if I were to do this with the dark Old Olive, it would come out much darker. But you can add shading just by sticking with the one color. Like this. Let's see if you can see that. I'm not sure from far away. See how we're getting the... They don't have Mango Melody blends anymore? Who said that? Who said that? Michelle, I didn't know that. Wow. Yeah, we're going to have to ask them to bring it back. My guess is color consistency. They're very particular about their colors. So see, it's great that I'm showing you. And maybe what I'll do is pull... maybe what I'll do is pull Daffodil Delight for the flower as opposed to using the mango since the mango is not available anymore. See that? I learned things from you guys too. I didn't know. Okay, now I'm going to come in with my dark olive. And again, I'm going to use the hard part of the brush. And I'm going to do the spots a darker color. I'm kind of copying this image a little more. I'm going to do his legs a little bit darker. Like this. So I have to apologize. We're expecting a repairman to come. And the only window I got was 10:30 to 1. Or maybe it was 10:30 to 3. I can't remember. But anyway, you will hear my dogs barking at one point, and I apologize. All right, now I'm going to come in and just add just a little bit of color along this tortoise shell, like this, and just a little bit on the bottom of his arms, like that, and maybe just bring this out like this a little bit. Not a lot, just to show that he's rounder than the tortoise shell. And I do think I'm going to come back in with my light color and add just a little more darkness. So you can see how coming in with the dark blend is much darker than coming in and recoating the light one. It's a very different effect. And I'm going to just add a little darker color in some areas here. Not all of it, just a little bit. I am going to leave his eye white, and I'm going to use Daffodil Delight for the daisy. Since go. That's all I'm going to do. Now that time I used the fine tip because that was so small. The best time to use these blends is either if you have something like that and you don't really want to color. You don't ever want to really color with these. You kind of dab with these, and you never really dab from the top. You kind of dab from the side. The only other time you really want to use this is really good if you're merging two colors. Like, for instance, I have my light color like this. And again, because I was doing heavy coloring, I used the harder end. Everybody tends to migrate to this tip. It's not what you really want to do. I'm gonna color with the harder end, and then I'm gonna bring my brush in to blend it into the green. We're probably gonna get brown. I don't know what we're gonna get. We're gonna find out. I wasn't really a demonstration I was planning on showing, but this is when this tip should be used, is when you're really blending colors together, unless you need a really fine point. Okay? That'll help preserve your brush tip, because I know we all have tips that get ruined pretty quickly. And it's sad because they're expensive markers, and they're lovely markers, and they're great colors, but we want to try to preserve them as much as possible. So now, I know you have your turtle all cut out. I'm going to bring over my little mini machine and die cut mine. So I need my white base and two clear plates. And the dies. Where's my dies? Well, where's my Karen? Oh, I found him. So embossing the raindrops would be really adorable behind this. But probably could have even embossed that. Probably would have been very cute. All right. If you're new here, this is how I hold my dies and prevent them from moving. Because after you spend all this time coloring, it's a shame to cut off something that you don't want to, that you're not intending to. So I take a little Post-it note, press it down the center, go right over the edges. You don't have to worry about it removing the ink. And that will ensure that your die doesn't slip. Also, the big machine does not do this, but the mini machine, if you line these plates up exactly like that, you cannot get them through here. I don't know why that is. It's kind of one of the mysteries of stamping. So just stagger them slightly like that. You don't need to do it a lot, just a little bit. And then you'll have no problem getting it to go through. Are you noticing the boho blue? Yep. Love it. Sits on my desk. It's only available if you join Stampin' Up. Did you know you can join Stampin' Up and be a hobby demonstrator? Just get the discount, a minimum of 20%. And there's no better time than, I've never seen as good of a deal. Last year during Celebration, they gave away bundles of ink colors. And I thought that was a fabulous deal. This is the best deal. You can get the boho blue machine. You can get the white one if you want, the mini one. And lots of other products. Okay. Now, just add some dimensionals. Now, I didn't put bling in your bag, but I brought over some bling to add. Isn't he cute? So there's stamped. There's DSP. I put him a little higher. Now let's see what we have for bling that matches. Let's see. Oh, I kind of like this crumb cake type color. These are the Enamel Dots Essentials. Oh, were you a demonstrator once? That's good to know. Interesting. Yeah, I have to say, there is no downside to joining. You can get a great deal. You can turn it into a business like I have. You don't have to. I can help you along the way if you want, but you don't have to do that. Most of my team, I only have one or two on my team that are actively trying to make a business out of it. The rest of them, they are, I don't know. What do you like better? Do you like these gold or the crumb cake in white? Most of my team are just doing it for the discount. And that's awesome. I think I'm going to stick with these. I kind of like these. And I hadn't seen these really. I mean, I have them. So I think I'll do these. Oh, you used gold. I know. How about we use gold on one card and the muted on the other? I'm going to put the gold on this card to zip it up because it's very plain. And maybe I'll use these on this card. How about that? We'll compromise, Angela. So these are the pastel adhesive back sequins. They are fabulous. They are really pretty. So let's add a couple of these. Pick me up tool is really the best for this, but I tend to like scissors. I don't know why. There we go. All right, let's see. I don't know what it is I like about this crumb cake color. I assume this is crumb cake. Very neutral. Good for men's cards. You know, sometimes you don't want the very blingy looking things on a man's card. It's nice to have something that's an accent without being super girly. Unless you're my poor husband and you get all the girly stuff. Do you guys load up your husband's cards with bling? He puts up with me. What can I say? Boy, this is not very, what's the word I'm looking for? Sophisticated of me the way I'm doing this today. Yeah, I really need the pick-me-up tool for these particular ones. It's hard to get the blade under. So yeah, if you're thinking about, if you spend a lot and you're thinking about joining, Celebration is the time. You have till the end of February. And if you have questions, yes, Connie, it's true. It is so true. I call Stampin' Up! Garanimals. Does anybody remember the old Garanimals clothing line? I'm 55. When I was a kid, 7, 8 years old, my mother, we used to go to Zayre's. I don't even know. I think Sears used to carry them. And she used to buy Garanimals. And on the tag would be an animal, like a giraffe or a tiger or a turtle. And then on the pants would be an animal, a giraffe, a tiger, an animal. And that's how I knew how to... oh, interesting. A sewing pen. That's how I knew what matched in the morning when I got dressed. All I had to do was match the labels. Match a tiger top to a tiger bottom. It was no fail. It was great. Hey, Jill, how are you? Oh, they still have Garanimals? Do they make them for adults, I wonder? I might need those. Anyway, they were awesome. I loved them. And we need to bring them back. I'm lobbying for Garanimals for adults now. So, there we go. And let me get a piece of DSP. I'm going to show you a trick. So this is part of the free Celebration DSP. Watch this. I'm sure many, many of you have done this, but there may be a few that haven't. So if you put adhesive, I know you're all thinking, what the heck are you doing? Well, maybe not all of you, because I'm sure a lot of you do this. Then fold it and take your DSP and line it up right at the top. Press it down good. Open it up. Trim it out. So this pack of DSP has so much paper in it. This is a great way to use up all those pretty papers and make your card stand out just a little more than the average card. I mean, you might get pink envelopes with Hallmark, but you don't get decorated envelopes with Hallmark. And then, what I might do, I'll just put my bucket aside so I have to bring my bucket back up, is I might stamp, there's my black ink. You can tell I don't have Joelle here today, can't you? Joelle taking a day off. What is she thinking? Then you could stamp, let's see, maybe over here, because you get the zip code over here sometimes. Like this. A little crooked, but that's okay. We're being quick. And I'm just going to come in with I put them away, but I'm bringing them back. My Old Olive. Just going to do the light ones. Now, remember, don't put your card in here because the blends will seep through the paper. And if you don't want it to come out the other side, throw a piece of scrap cardstock in there, like this, and then color. Oh, embossing. Oh, you know what, Connie? I tried embossing the flap. Didn't work. The glue didn't hold. Oh, you mean like embossing the piece? I've actually received envelopes where people take the envelope and emboss the envelope flap. Just the flap. Oh, to line the envelope, Pat. Yes, that's pretty too. I'm sitting down, so if you are commenting and I don't see you. So just remember, this is just an extra special way to add a little touch. I'm actually going over the black line. And I am going to make these flowers yellow just so they're not so plain on the front. Well, first I'll do the dot and see what happens. I think I may color them yellow. I don't know. Do I need to color them yellow? Maybe not. Maybe I'll leave them just like that. They are daisies after all. So there we go. And then you have a cute little set to give away or to send to make someone's day. Alrighty. I guess we will be back. I will go back and check the question on question 5. See what that's all about. 5, 6. I'll go back and look at those, Karen. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to look at my schedule. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I do things super quick and I don't pay attention. I will be back at 11 o'clock with card 2. Now, card 2, you could have this petal pink color or you could have the fresh freesia color. The DSP is different. Yes, Mary, don't just give those cards to anybody. You're right, because not everybody appreciates them. Oh, this is true. You work really hard. You want to make sure they get appreciated. All right, so I'll see you at 11 o'clock, and I will go back and check those questions, and I'll post another question or two, and we'll see you at 11. Thanks for being here, you guys. Bye.